Do you remember the last time you woke up feeling truly alive? When your body moved with ease, when the morning light felt sharp and kind, when the first sip of tea warmed not just your throat but your entire being, there was a time when that energy came naturally, without caffeine, without effort, without thought. But somewhere along the way, something changed. The same mornings arrived, the same cup of tea waited, but the fire inside no longer rose the way it used to. People call it aging. They say strength fades with years, muscles suffer, sleep shortens, confidence slips away. And that is simply how life works. Slowly, you begin to believe them. You start to think that medicine, injections, or expensive treatments are the only ways to bring back what you have lost. But what if that is not the whole truth? What if the answer lies not in a laboratory, but in the small rituals you already live with? What if the same tea you drink every morning holds the power to awaken something deep inside you? This story is not about miracle. It is about memory, the memory of your own body, the warmth that never really left. Nature does not take away your energy, it hides it, waiting for a moment of stillness to release it again. Sometimes strength does not need to be created, only remembered. If you have ever woken up one morning and felt weaker than the day before, write, "I understand" in the comments. Because that simple moment of honesty might be the beginning of your return. Energy does not disappear overnight. It fades quietly, almost politely, until one day you wake up and wonder when the fire began to go out. You still work, still move, still do what needs to be done, but inside something feels slower, heavier, dimmer. The body that once reacted with strength now hesitates. The mind that once focused sharply now drifts, and slowly you begin to accept that this is just how aging works. But the truth is more gentle than that. Aging is not the enemy. Imbalance is. Around the world, from New York to Nairobi, from Delhi to Dubai, life has become faster than the body can follow. We eat late, sleep less, and carry stress that never seems to end. The nervous system stays alert long after the day is done. Hormones that once worked in rhythm start to lose their timing. Blood flow weakens. Oxygen moves slower, and cells that once produced energy easily now struggle to keep up. The modern world calls this normal, but the body calls it exhaustion. It is not weakness, it is misalignment. When rhythm is lost, even strong men and women feel fragile. Fatigue settles into the bone. Digestion turns heavy, and the mind feels foggy, no matter how much you rest. Yet this decline is not a sentence. It is a message. The body is not failing you. It is asking for rhythm again, for warmth, for balance. Across every culture, one thing remains true. The path to renewal always begins in stillness. You do not need to fight your body. You only need to listen to it. Energy is not something you chase. It is something you return to. Every culture has its rituals for staying strong. In the mountains of India, in the temples of China, in the kitchens of Morocco and the countryside of England, people have always returned to the same source of comfort, a warm cup of tea. It was never just a drink. It was a quiet medicine, a way to prepare the body for the day and to calm the mind before the world began to move. Inside that cup lived an ancient secret, a combination of herbs and spices that could wake the body without forcing it, that could bring heat where there was cold and calm where there was tension. Across centuries, 5 ingredients have carried this wisdom through time. Ginga, cinnamon, clove, black pepper, and basil or tulsi. They are small, common, and often forgotten. Yet together they hold a kind of magic that modern science is only beginning to understand. Ginger brings fire to the stomach, awakening digestion and blood flow. Cinnamon clears the path for circulation, easing the pressure that slows the heart. Clove sharpens the nerve, renewing control and confidence. Black pepper opens the lungs, letting oxygen move freely, keeping the mind alert. And basil, or tulsi, the leaf of peace, cools the heart, balances the warmth, and quiets the restless mind. In every home where these ingredients meet boiling water, something deeper than chemistry happens. It is a conversation between body and earth. The warmth of the tea tells the blood to move, the scent tells the brain to breathe, and the moment you lift the cup, the mind begins to trust the body again. For generations, this has been the morning ritual that asks for nothing but patience. No machines, no medicine, no noise, only water, heat, and time. The same simple elements that have built life on this planet since the beginning. The secret was never about finding something new. It was about remembering what already worked. For centuries, people trusted these ingredients because they felt the change in their own bodies. Today, science helps us see why they work. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols that warm the stomach, stimulate circulation, and protect blood vessels from inflammation. It increases the flow of oxygen and nutrients to muscles, helping them stay active and strong. That gentle warmth you feel after a sip is not imagination. It is your blood moving again. Cinnamon carries a natural compound that helps balance blood sugar and lower bad cholesterol. When your blood flows freely, the heart works with less strain, and your body feels lighter. Clove hides a powerful oil called eugenol. It is both antioxidant and antibacterial, protecting the cells from damage, while improving circulation to the nerves that control your energy and endurance. Black pepper contains piperine, a molecule that enhances absorption. It makes other nutrients work better, allowing the body to take in what it needs instead of wasting it. It also supports brain chemistry, keeping your mood and focus stable throughout the day. And basil or tulsi, the sacred leaf in many traditions, is rich in adaptogens, natural compounds that calm the stress response and lower cortisol. When cortisol drops, the nervous system finally exhales. You feel clear, steady, confident again. Each of these plants speaks a different language, but they all tell the same story. Heat restores flow. Flow restores balance. Balance restores strength. Modern research confirms what generations already knew. When the body is warm and the blood moves freely, energy is created naturally, not forced. It is a kind of energy that lasts because it comes from harmony, not haste. So when you take that morning sip, I've remembered this is not just comfort. It is chemistry aligned with nature, a quiet collaboration between science and time. The warmth you feel is not from the cup alone. It is your own life force waking up. Every great change begins with a small ritual, a habit so simple that it almost feels too easy, yet powerful enough to reset your entire system. Making your morning tea can become that ritual if you allow it to. It is not about ingredients alone, but about the awareness you bring to them. Start with clean water. Let it heat slowly until you see the first bubbles rise. Add thin slices of fresh ginger, a small piece of cinnamon, 2 cloves, a pinch of black pepper, and a few basil leaves. Let them dance together in the water for 3 or 4 minutes. Watch the color change. Smell the air, grow warmer, and breathe deeply as the aroma fills the room. What you are really doing is teaching your body to slow down before the day speeds up. When the tea is ready, pour it gently into your cup. Do not rush. Hold it for a moment. Feel the warmth in your hand. Close your eyes if you can and take the first sip slowly. Let the flavor move across your tongue, down to your chest, to your stomach. This is where energy begins. The warmth is not from caffeine or sugar, it is from the earth, carried through water and heat, entering your blood and reminding it to move again. Repeat this each morning at the same time. The consistency will teach your hormones when to rise and when to rest. It will train your mind to wake with calm rather than urgency. Within days, you will notice something different. You will no longer wait for energy to come. It will already be there. Quiet but strong, built from rhythm, not from rush. This is not just tea. It is practice, a conversation between you and your body that says, we are ready. We will move with purpose today. When the body begins to heal, the mind follows. You start to notice small changes first. Sleep feels deeper. Mornings arrive without the heavy fog that once lingered. Breathing becomes slower, steadier. You feel less rush to prove, less panic to control. The body that once felt tired begins to respond. And with that response comes something even greater than energy. It is calm. Calm is not the absence of action. It is the presence of control. It is the quiet knowing that your body can carry you, that your strength is enough. The heat from the tea warms not only your muscles, but your thoughts. It softens the voice of worry that whispers you are not as strong as before. It replaces fear with focus. And in that moment, confidence returns. Confidence is not loud. It does not shout. It moves quietly under the skin, through your breath, through your heartbeat. It is born when you trust yourself again. When the blood flows freely, when the mind stops fighting the body, a kind of inner silence appears. You begin to realize that youth was never the source of strength. Alignment was. Across cultures, from the highlands to the cities, this truth remains the same. When the body is warm and the mind is still, energy becomes effortless. You no longer chase vitality, you live inside it. The world may not slow down, but you do. And in that stillness, power finds its way back to you. The calm you feel is not weakness. It is control refined by time. It is strength that has learned patience. It is the quiet proof that balance is the real definition of energy. Every journey of strength begins with a simple act of remembering. What fades can always be rekindled. What slows can always find rhythm again. As the days pass and your mornings become steady, something quiet begins to shift inside you. The warmth that started in the cup starts to live in your blood. You walk differently. You breathe differently. The mind feels less restless. You begin to sense that energy was never something outside of you. It was always waiting inside, just covered by noise, as stress and forgetfulness. The power you feel now is not the wild energy of youth. It is deeper, wiser, and calmer. It is not a spark that burns fast, but a steady flame that never leaves. It comes from the balance between movement and rest, effort and patience. It is the kind of energy that allows you to live, work, love, and think without feeling drained. You no longer force the body, you work with it. You no longer chase strength, you become it. One morning, you may notice something small, like how your body wakes before the alarm, or how your breath feels strong even after a long walk. These are not miracles, they are memories returning. The body remembers how to move when you feed it warmth. The mind remembers how to rest when you feed it rhythm. This is how nature rewards those who listen. Every sip of your morning tea now carries meaning. It is not just heat and flavor. It is patience turned into energy. It is discipline turned into freedom. It is a conversation between you and the earth, where the mountain gives its strength and you give your attention. In that exchange, something ancient awakens. The fire inside you no longer waits to be found. It begins to live again. And when it does, you will realize that true vitality is not about being young forever. It is about feeling whole, feeling clear, feeling connected, the kind of power that allows you to stand still in a rushing world to act without hurry, to age without fear. That is the hidden fire you have been looking for. If this story made you pause, even for a moment, write ready in the comments. Because sometimes the act of saying you are ready is enough to open the door. Your next morning might not just start with tea. It might start with renewal. The strength you seek was never gone. It was only waiting in the quiet warmth of your own cup.